Repairman here. Hey, loop these videos. I need some watch time. Play the commercials. I need some commercial time. I need some money. I'm hungry. I just want to buy a $2 sandwich, man. So come on, man. Support the channel. Give me some watch time. Give me some comments. Give me some love. Come on, man.
First coat, I'm using 5-minute mud. Quick set. Don't need a lot of mud, it's just a small patch. Little goes a long way. Even that might be too much. Don't want to waste it. It's not cheap. Fresh water. Mix it thoroughly. Mix good, nice and thick. Really thick. First coat's always thick mud. 6-inch knife, coating knife. 10-inch or 12-inch. I always have a 12-inch. It's my go-to. 6-inch and 12-inch are my go-to coating knives. Alright, let's go get it first coated. Filled in. I'm going to fix these little dings. Dings, dings, dings. Picture roll. First coat. Fill in any imperfections. Touch up. Touch up, touch up, touch up, touch up, touch up, touch up, touch up. Rough wall needs a lot of touch-ups. Pictures. Pictures. Jeez. Alright, let it dry. Alright. As your first coat dries, sets up, clean your tools right away. Don't want these drying up in your tools, ruining your tools. Water bucket sponge technique, or you can use a wash-up area hose, whatever's easiest for you. Five-minute mud will dry in 5 minutes. You could always check this. It's still wet. That's my gauge. While it's drying, I can go ahead and mix my texture mud. Texture muds, I always use a joint compound. That's your best go-to texture material, is a joint compound. Capped off bucket. Dump off the extra water. Stomper, my favorite tool. Go-to mixing, hand mixing. That's how you stay strong, hand mixing mud every day. Nice and creamy. No clumps, no boogers. Consistency is a heavy pancake batter. I'm getting to the bottom of the mud by putting water in it. It's starting to thin down, so maybe tomorrow or the next day I'll add another bucket of mud in here, another box, and start fresh. New week, new box of mud with these repairs. Clean your tools. Now your texture's ready. Just gotta wait. Hurry up and wait. Still wet. Also, when you use 5-minute mud on painted walls, it takes a little longer to set up on gloss painted walls. So I'm gonna wait till this gets pretty hard. Then I'll know I gotta go in there and slick it out. Slick it out with the sponge. 6-inch knife is my next step. Until then, I'm going to organize my truck. Not going to waste time here sitting around. I'm going to take advantage of this time. Organize. Alright, this thing is hard. So let's go slick out the first coat mud. Clean sponge, damp sponge, and a straight 6-inch knife. I'm going to mix mud and bring it in there because I don't want to walk across the house 2 times. So second coat. I'm going to slick it out and second coat right after. Save me a trip back to the truck. It's probably more than enough for second coat. Mix it up thoroughly. Tad bit thinner than first coat. You can always add a little bit of water. Nice and creamy. 12-inch knife, 6-inch knife, damp sponge. All right, let's go slick it out now and second coat. That out. So you taking off the extra mud here. Touch-ups. 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 Okay, second coat. Touch up, touch up, touch up. Touch up, touch up. More than enough mud. Wasting mud. Okay, let it dry. Clean the tools. Let your second coat fully set up. Slick it out. And then we're going to follow through with the skim coated joint compound. The texture here is smooth. It's not a perfect smooth. It's just a skimmed out patch. No big deal. Your last coat, always use a joint compound. I always like to tip my pan upside down for my next coat. Water drips out. Hot mud, I'm done with the hot mud. Put it away. Joint compounds next. Just gonna let that set up. Texture it, clean up, and then we're done. I don't need much texture. So let's get our pan of texture ready. You can see it's nice and creamy. It's not watery thin. Like I said, it's heavy pancake consistency. Creamy, no clumps. If you got clumps in your mud, then you're gonna have to strain it or mix it until there's no more clumps. I don't need a lot of mud. Any extra mud when I'm done texturing, I can put it back in the mud bucket. Always clean the sides of my bucket. I don't put a lot of water on top, just enough to cap the top so crust doesn't dry on top. Keep the lid on it. I'm not going to secure the lid because I might dump the leftovers in there. Second coat's probably setting up, so same thing, we're going to have to slick out the second coat with these two items. Coating knife for the texture. We're good to go. We're going to make it a one-stop shop here. I'm going to bring everything in. We're going to slick it out, second coat it with the texture, do the texture, clean up, and be done with it all in one trip. So I don't have to keep going back and forth, back and forth. Still a little wet. It's okay. We can at least get rid of the edge. I'm not pushing hard, I'm just gliding over it. Clean 6, slicking out. You can go this way, that way, whatever's easiest. I'm pushing down with this finger. See, I'm taking off the extra mud. Little goober there, just scrape it off, no big deal. If you want to go the other way, no problem. Touch-ups. 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 Okay. You ready for texture now? Joint compound. The Santa Fe texture means there's skip patterns in it. So they put it on like a skip trowel. And then you trowel it down. So if you leave some skip patterns in it, it's okay. Like that. See how there's some skip in it? A little bit of skip, skip, skip. Here it's called a Santa Fe smooth. Means there's some of the skip pattern in. Skip pattern, skip pattern. Touch up here, touch there, there. Just skim coating over this nail holes. Looks good. Cleanup time. There's always going to be a mess. Clean when you're done. Drywaller's friend, 6-inch knife and a clean, damp rag. You can also sponge the edge, but I would just leave it overnight, sand it, primer and paint. Get rid of the edges like this, no problem. It gets rid of the white residue from the sponge. That's all that would do. Just the edge, outside edge from your first and second coat. Leave the texture. See, I just touched the texture. So now take a sponge. There you go. Good to go. Let it dry. Now, protect the door. I'm going to put this here. Going to need a door stop. So yeah, simple door stop drywall patch. Most common job ever, especially if you have kids, rough kids. Extra mud, still pretty decent mud. There's no goobers in it. Well, there is a goober in there. I can pull those couple goobers out. Joint compound, savable. Clean your tools. You let that patch dry at least a day. since I guess you'd call it winter in Arizona, but it's still below 70 degrees, so it might take 2 full days to fully dry. The hot muds are already dry. The first coat and second coat, that's a quick set mud. That's already dry. It's the topping texture, the joint compound, that has to dry overnight. Minimum of 24 hours. Colder weather, just give it 2 days to be comfortable knowing it's dry. Once you get the drywall repaired behind any door stop, go ahead and get you a nice door stopper. If you don't put a door stopper in, it's just going to happen again. I recommend a heavy duty industrial commercial type door stopper. Don't use a cheap little spring load door stopper. Those are the worst. But easy drywall repair, doorknob repair, most common patch in any house. We're done. Have a good day.